Hi everybody, I thought I'd just touch base with this little overview video about how we're going to handle the remaining material. Obviously today, which is Thursday, July 26th, we didn't quite get through all of what I had in the lecture slides for section 2. If you look, if I had another, probably 10 minutes in class, we would have easily had a nice easy stopping spot. But where we got to is we were on this slide, and then we had to stop for today's quiz number 2. So that is the end of exam 1 material. There will be 40 questions coming from section 1 and section 2 up to this point. Now, that doesn't mean that the rest of the material is just completely worthless. So I've decided to just add in one extra credit question. So there'll be 41 total questions on exam number 1, and that one of those will be an extra credit, and it will come from this little bit of remaining material. Now you'll notice you're probably doing the math and saying, well, Dr. Rocker, that's, I don't know, whatever it ends up being, 15 slides or something. But if you look at these slides, and I'll just skim through them really quick. So remember, this is the stopping spot for exam 1 content. And I'll pull an extra credit question from somewhere here in the world of scar tissue deposition. I'll also show you in just a little bit where that correlates on the daily lecture notes. But as you go through this, it talks about a little bit of scar tissue deposition, how that is remodeled, a couple different patterns of remodeling, and then some alterations or aberrations in tissue healing. One of them is keloids, and we got a lot of pictures related to keloids. Another one is cauliflower ear. It's a certain type of trauma. Again, that's going to be more well detailed in the daily lecture notes, but you see lots of pictures here. So as far as remaining content goes, there's not a ton, but in that remaining content, I'll pull an extra credit question. Also factors that are influencing tissue repair, basically things that can slow down optimal tissue healing. We've got healing of skin wounds and just kind of showing how this overlaps, and then just kind of a big picture idea here. So that is explained here. I'm just going to drag over the daily lecture notes that were actually distributed yesterday, a day ahead of time. And you'll see that all the way through. This would be the first page, second page, third page. This was all stuff that we covered. Remember today we were talking about, say, C-reactive proteins and erythrocyte sedimentation rates, leukocytosis, leukemoid reactions. And this was about where we started to get to the end of our discussion. In fact, it just happened to work out. So it was just the very tail end, the bottom of page 5 is where we stopped. And in fact, the beginning of page 6 right here would be stuff that we didn't get into. It starts talking about how matrix metalloproteinases and myofibroblasts are involved in scar tissue repair, alterations in scar tissue. This is all going to be, starting here, the top of page 6 will be where that extra credit question will begin, and it could come anywhere from page 6, 7, or 8, which takes us to the end. So read through those if you're so inclined, or just roll the dice and guess on that extra credit question, but that's how we will end off the remainder of the material. I'll be around tomorrow morning, which is Friday morning, if you happen to have my office hour free, which overlaps with that club hour, at least the tail end of it. Feel free to drop by if you still have any questions about this, or send me an email. But again, just to reiterate, we'll have 40 normal questions on exam 1. Those questions will end with what we talked about today, and then I'm adding in one extra credit question for those who are interested in reviewing the stuff that we didn't get to. And a few lecture slides correlate with about 3 pages of write-ups here in the daily lecture notes. So page 6, 7, and 8, again, of the July 26th lecture notes will be where that extra credit question will come from. And then as far as after exam 1, this coming Monday, we'll start with section 3. And so we'll have a pretty firm break there in where the material starts for the next exam. Again, let me know if you have any questions via email, or drop by my office hours tomorrow morning if you have any confusion. Hopefully this is as clear as possible for you. Best of luck.